Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. You know you want to be here. I want you to be here. So let's just have fun and play with some makeup together. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned. Anyway, today we're going to be focusing on something that's a little bit more basic. You guys know I usually do pretty like bright, bold, colorful, pretty involved eye looks, but today I was thinking let's take it back to the basics just a little bit. Let's do something a little bit more simple, something that's really easy to achieve and something that is insanely universally flattering. So we're talking about the classic brown smoky eye. Guys, this looks good on everybody. It is appropriate for any time of the day, any event that you might go to. Like, it is just, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can make it super, super glam, but you can make it every day. It's just a really, really great staple to have in your repertoire. It is perfect. It is a perfect, perfect eye look. This is one of those looks that if I'm in a rush or if I'm just like, I just don't have it in me to sit here and do like a big eye look, this is what I go for. You can use this technique with any colors that you desire. It doesn't have to be brown, but the basic techniques and the basic steps are still going to be the same. I'm going to be using the Carter Beauty palette today. I get this from Walmart. This was actually in my favorite palettes from Walmart video that I posted a couple days ago. This is a really, really good one. If you cannot find this one, Maybeline makes a really great one as well that is also in that video. This is the Maybeline Nudes of New York palette. A really, really great staple kind of neutral palette as well. This one I do know for a fact is still available at Walmart. So if you want to go pick this one up, it's about $20, but it's a really, really great palette. And I think it's so versatile. It will definitely work for this look as well. I'm going to go with the Carter Beauty one though, just because I like the tones in here a little bit. It's got nice, yummy, warm neutrals that I'm just so into. Especially for today, I'm giving you like retro glam kind of vibes. I'm in my polka dots. I've got my enamel earrings on, and we are just like slicked back and looking very sleek and very glam. I love it. I'm fresh faced. I don't have anything on but a little bit of moisturizer, and then I also have some of this Revitalift Miracle Blur Instant Skin Smoother on. It is an SPF. It's a sunscreen, but it's got a little bit of like a blurring property to it. I have just a little bit of this around my nose and my upper lip. It's a really, really nice primer. Very, very like thick and silicone-y, but it does work beautifully to kind of like blur everything out. I just kind of press it into the skin. Right where my pores are the largest, just around my nose and my upper lip, just like that. It kind of sinks into the skin, makes everything nice and blurred, kind of smooths everything out. It looks really, really nice. I've really been enjoying this. I got this from Burke's. I think I paid like 10 bucks, 10 or 12 bucks for this. It's really, really nice. But going on to the eyes, you need your palette. But an essential tool for this eye look is a big, fat, fluffy brush. I'm going to use my Do Color 03. It is just a nice, big, fat, fluffy blending brush. I like ones with a little bit of like a density to them. So not like a super dense brush, but not like a super floppy brush either. You want like a medium density. It's going to give you a nice lay down of pigment, but not too much. It's going to pick up a nice amount of product and really help you to kind of move it everywhere it needs to go. I already have eyeshadow primer on. I'm using the same one I always use, guys. This is the NYX Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer. I love this. It's good stuff. I use mine in the shade medium, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So you need first of all, you need like a mid-tone, like a good mid-tone brown. Of course, you could use any kind of set of colors that you want to. We're gonna do brown today. Now, to lay down the product, like the first tone, I'm gonna use a flat packing brush. This is a Modus shader brush. Just looks like this, just kind of like a flat, fluffy brush. And we're going to go into the shade Noble right here. So this one right here, just a really pretty matte mid-tone brown. If you wanted to, you could also use a shadow with a little bit of shimmer to it, but I wouldn't put like a metallic or like a glitter on my eye first. I would leave that for later on in the process. You really want to start with something that's a little bit more matte and is going to be super, super easy to work with. So I'm going to take that shade Noble, and I have that swatched right here on my hand so you can really see the tone that we're working with. And I'm just gonna do a very, very light layer all over my eyelid. Just kind of pressing that into the skin and into the primer. And I'm gonna bring that up to just above my natural crease. Because my eyes are hooded, I want to still be able to see that color when I open my eyes and look straight at you. So I'm going to bring it up just a little bit above my natural crease. And just keep everything nice and rounded. We don't want any harsh angles or harsh lines with this look, just like that. Very nice, soft deposit of pigment. Now we're going to go into that big, fat, fluffy brush. And we're going to dip into this shade right here. So this is called Decadence. It is swatched right here. It's just a really beautiful kind of peachy nude color. And we're going to use that to kind of blend out and smoke out this color. I'm just going to be very, very light with it. I'm just going to kind of pat into my palette. And then using big buffing circular motions. And keeping everything nice and rounded. I'm just going to buff that out. Now, I'm not going to take it all the way up to my eyebrow like I usually do. I'm just going to keep everything nice and soft. And using very big circular motions. This is why you need a giant fluffy brush for this. The bigger and fluffier your brush is, the more diffused and softer your final product is going to be, and the smokier your eye is going to look. And it's just so quick and so simple and so easy. And this is just one of those looks that is just so flattering for everyone. It is one of the first eye looks I learned to do when I was just starting to learn how to do my makeup. And I rocked it, y'all. I thought I was hot stuff walking around with my brown smoky eye until I fell in love with color. And, you know, I think when we're all first starting out with makeup, I think color is scary. Color is definitely like not one of those things that we just kind of like, I know I want to use color. You have to fall in love with it. You have to learn how to use it. It's not one of those things unless you're an artist, which I certainly am not. I definitely wasn't in the beginning. It's not one of those things that is just like super intuitive and you instantly kind of know where everything goes and how to really pack that onto your face. The easiest thing to do is just kind of start out with your neutrals and just learn your shapes and learn what you like and where you like it, all that good stuff. But this color is so, so beautiful. And I think warm neutrals just, again, they're just universally flattering. They look good on blue eyes. They look good on green eyes. They look beautiful on brown eyes. They're just so pretty. They go with every skin tone. It's just, oh, so, so beautiful. And as much as I love my color, because I do, I love my color, I really do enjoy a good brown smoky eye. There's just something that is so beautifying about it. It's one of my absolute favorite things. And especially when you're not quite sure, like if you're going to a function or something, because y'all, I do some crazy stuff sometimes. And, you know, it's not like I could wear it like if we're going to a funeral or if I'm going to like a school play. It's not really like, or like a PTO meeting, you know, because I have gone to a PTO meeting in some very loud makeup. But, you know, it's so appropriate and it's so approachable. And and we're going to pair it with a really beautiful nude lip and it's going to be so, so beautiful. Okay, so we've used two colors so far. So we've used that mid-tone brown and that peachy kind of nude color. And we've kind of blended everything in. Everything is nice and soft and diffused. We have no harsh lines or edges. Everything's really soft and rounded. Just like that. Now we're going to take a slightly smaller fluffy brush. This is a Dew Color 09. So just for size reference, this was the first brush that I used, and this is the second one that we're about to use. I'm going to use this one for outer corner and crease work. This is the Dew Color 09. So there's just a size reference for you guys. This one is just a little bit smaller. And we're going to go into a slightly darker tone now. I'm going to use the shade Truffle right here. And I'm going to mix that in with a little bit of 13. Using more of 13 than I am Truffle, because Truffle is a very deep, dark, rich shade. And we're going to start on the outer corner. And just kind of press that onto the outer corner and the outer crease. Not bringing it all the way in through the eye. Just kind of bring it in through halfway. Just to get a little bit of depth and a little bit of definition on the outer part of our eye. I'm still using nice big circular motions and really kind of buffing that in. Just like that. This is one of those eye looks that you don't have to be afraid of because everything is just going to melt together at the end anyway. So really, you don't have to be super precise. You don't have to worry about things getting messy because the whole idea of it is for it to be messy. We want it to look lived in. I think that's what gives it that sexiness anyway. Because smoky eyes are so sexy. They're just, oh, they're just everything. And you want to have that really messy kind of lived in, but put together feel, you know? So I'm just kind of focusing this right out here on the outer corner of my eye, going in like a C shape. Not really a V shape because I don't want any points. I'm just going in more of a C shape and using big circular buffing motions to really buff that color in. And I'm getting the smallest amounts of product on my brush at a time. I'm dipping into my palette, and then I'm also dipping, I have a little piece of paper here. And I'm just kind of tapping onto the paper before I bring the brush to my eye, just to get rid of any excess product that might be there. Because I just want the slightest bit of extra definition out here on the very edge of the eye, just like that. It's kind of giving us a little bit of an up tilt to our eye. It's giving our eye just a little bit of like that almond shape to it, kind of like almost like a cat eye effect, but not quite. Really, really beautiful. You've got that slight kind of depth just right there. But you can't even really tell that we have used different colors. Everything looks very melted together, very married together. And very, very blended. Oh, so, so beautiful. Okay, so that's about it. Right now, we're going to do a little bit of a liner situation. I am going to use this one. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Kohl Eyeliner. This is in the shade brown. And we're going to do a little bit of an upper and lower lash line smoke. So I'm going to take this pencil and I'm going to bring it all along my lower lash line. We are going to smoke it out so it doesn't have to be super neat. Just kind of getting the color on there, just like that. And then we're also going to take this on the upper lash line as well. Just going to kind of glide it across my eye. Let's get my close-up mirror because I'm blind as a bat. This pencil is really, really nice. It goes on really nice and easily. It's super smooth and creamy. I love it so much. Okay. Just like that. We don't want anything too thick. Just a nice kind of thin line. You can barely see it, but it is going to make a giant, giant difference. So I'm going to take a lip pencil, believe it or not. So this is the Do Color 13. It is a lip pencil. It's a teeny tiny, very dense kind of pointed pencil brush. And we're going to dip into the shade Truffle. So this is the darkest shade in the palette. You could also use a black for this if you really wanted to go for the drama. I'm going to use a brown because I'm going to keep everything nice and soft today. And I'm just going to dip the very tip of this pencil. And starting at that upper lash line, I'm just going to run it back and forth over the Kohl pencil, super, super softly, getting very, very small amounts of product on my brush at a time, and just kind of running it over. And not only is this going to help to smoke everything out, but it's also going to help to set that pencil that we used and give our lash line that nice hazy look that is so, so attractive. I love it. Now on the outer part of my upper lash line, I'm going to make it just a little bit wider and kind of flare up and do maybe just like a little bit of a baby wing, but not quite. Just extend it a little bit further, just like that. It's so pretty. Now, we don't, of course, don't have our base on. When you're doing a smoky eye, I really suggest that you do the smoky eye first and then go in with your base, just because by its very nature, stuff is just going to get everywhere. So really, really go in and do your eye first, and then we'll focus on the base. But this is exactly where I want it to be. We're going to do the exact same thing on the lower lash line. Same pencil or same brush and same color. But with this, I'm going to dip into a little bit of that mid-tone brown that we used as well, so that it's not quite as deep on the bottom lash line as it is on the top. I want to make it a little bit deeper. On the outer portion. And then focus more of that lighter color in towards the inner corner. And just using very, very gentle pressure, just kind of smoke out. Oh, it's so pretty. Now, I'm going to go back in to that first flat packing brush that we used, and I'm going to gently go over just the bottom of that and diffuse that bottom line. Just again, so we don't have any like harsh starts and stops. But even just there, it's so beautiful. Look how it emphasizes just the color and the shape of my eye in such a really, really beautiful way. Also, when you're doing a smoky eye, you really want the attention, the focal point to be the eyes. So with my brows today, I've kept everything very soft. My brows are very, very natural. They're not super defined. They're not very, very dark. I just kind of took I've actually been so in love with this pencil recently. This is the Almay, if I can find it. The Almay colored brow pencil. Where are you? This one right here. This is just the Almay brow pencil. It looks like this. The spoolie is absolutely fantastic. Love this spoolie. It really gets in there and separates the hairs. And then the color and the texture of this pencil is phenomenal. Ooh, my nail's dirty. Okay, so the color of this pencil is just phenomenal. It's got a like triangular shaped head, but it's so creamy and it's just so easy to work with, and it gives you such a neutral, not a neutral, but such a diffused and soft looking brow. So, so lovely. So I used that in my brows today, and I just kept them super natural and just very soft. Everything about this look, we just want to be soft and diffused and just very kind of romantic looking. So that's just about it for my eye. I'm going to go in with a little bit of shimmer because you know me, I just can't resist. So I'm going to go in with the shade Golden right here, which is the lightest golden shimmer in the palette. And I'm just going to take my finger and tap a little bit of this right onto the center of my lid. And then I'm going to use a clean finger to kind of tap on the edges. And again, just really diffuse that. Just like that, just to bring a little bit of light to the party, but not so much that it looks like a disco ball. We're just bringing a little touch of something sparkly. We're gonna clean up a little bit now. You could do this with a Q-tip. You could do this with a makeup wipe. I'm gonna use the makeup wipe. And I'm just gonna clean up any fallout underneath my eye. Clean up my edges. Just a little bit. Everything nice and neat. Just like that. Definitely need a lot of mascara. So with a look like this, you really want to focus on volume. Length is as important too. Length is just as important, but really, excuse me, really what I'm looking for is volume. I want nice, like Bambi lashes. I want thick, dense lashes. Now you could totally put a pair of like wispies on. I wouldn't go like full out glamazon lashes because then you're just gonna hide everything that you've worked so hard on. But I'm really gonna focus a lot of my volume at the root of my lashes. To do that, I'm gonna go right into the root and I'm gonna wiggle my brush back and forth and really deposit as much of that product at the root of my lashes as I can. I like to do that a couple of times. Just kind of wiggle the product in and then rotate my brush forward to bring all that excess product to the tip of the lash. Just like that, you get super dense roots, and then you get this kind of wispy quality out towards the tip of the lash, and it makes it look nice and flared. I'm going to do a layer of mascara on both the upper and lower lashes. Again, wiggling at the base of the lash and bringing that product through to the tip. Really beautiful. I also find that it helps to open your lashes and really just kind of make your eyes look nice and wide. Oh, so beautiful. Now let's talk about the lip. I feel like the lip when you're doing a smoky eye is just as important as the eye makeup. You could definitely pair this with a really beautiful matte red lip and it would look gorgeous. But today, because it's a daytime look and I'm going for like a daytime kind of vibe, I'm going to wear a nude lip. So I'm going to go in with a lip liner first and really just kind of define my lips. For that, I'm going to use this Dragun Beauty. This is the Lip Job Liner Pencil. It's just a really beautiful flesh toned nude. And I'm really going to focus on defining the curves of my lip. The highest curve, I don't know, my Cupid's bow, and then the really lowest point of my bottom lip. To really give myself a super pouty lip look. I'm not going to focus on the corners of my mouth too awful much. I'm really just going to focus at the highest points, just like that. So, so pretty. Oh, I love this color. It's like a perfect defining shade. Without being too much. Love it. It's super creamy as well. I got this in one of my boxy charms and I'm so happy about it. So we have two options for a liquid lipstick. I'm choosing a liquid lipstick just because I don't want to have to keep fiddling with my lips. I'm going to wear this to a party. I'm going to wear this to an event. I want it to stay put. I don't want to have to worry about what's going on at my mouth. I don't want to have to worry about my bat wings. I don't want to have to worry about things collecting at the corners of my mouth. So we're going to go with a matte liquid lipstick. I have two different options here. So the first of which is this is the Rimmel. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Be My Baby. Really, really beautiful, super, super nude, kind of peachy beigey tone. And then we have the L'Oreal Paris. This is in the shade 418. I have no idea. 418, no. Really beautiful. Same kind of tones. This one is not quite as thick and moussey. This one has got more of like a glossy kind of finish, whereas this one is super, super matte. I'm going to put the matte one on first so you guys can see it. The color is almost identical for both of them, but I really want you guys to see the finishes and see how they really do change the overall effect of the eye look. So going in first with the Rimmel. Super, super nude. Very, very matte. And then I'm just going to take my finger and kind of tap along the edges to really blend it in. But you can't even really see that lip liner. My lips look nice and nude, but they still look beautifully defined. Really, really beautiful. And then I love the matte finish of this lipstick. It's a very it's a very light, moussey texture. It feels super, super comfortable on the lips. Even when it's dried down, it just feels really, really nice. The L'Oreal though it's even thinner. It's even lighter. It has a little bit more of it's not moussey at all. It's very, very liquidy, but this one leaves a slightly glossier finish on the lips, and it dries down super, super quickly. It's a little bit lighter than the Rimmel one. It's got more of that peachy tone to it. So if this isn't your kind of shade, that's totally fine. Another great option is this is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick. This is in the shade Bare Affair. This is a really, really great lipstick as well. I'll swatch this one for you. Super, super comfortable, really great, great tone. Perfect. I think it's almost universally flattering. The tone on this, it's just a little bit mauvey, a little bit peachy, but super, super beautiful. Super comfortable on the lips. You've got, it's a cream lipstick, so it's got more of like a satin finish to it. It's not glossy, but it's not matte. It's super, it's got a nice wear time to it, but it's a beautifully saturated color. It's just super comfortable on the lips. I really like that one as well. But guys, this is pretty much it. Definitely go in with depending on if you're going for like a nighttime vibe or a daytime vibe. Since I'm going to do something a little bit more day-centric, I'm going to go in with a light base and a light powder and just really kind of keep everything very fresh and as natural as I can make it, and really let the eyes shine and stand for themselves. Guys, that is today's video. Please let me know in the comments below if this was informative, if you enjoyed this, if you got anything from this video. I would love to hear from you guys. Any kind of just anything. I'd love to hear from you guys. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up, Let me know that you guys liked it. Make sure you are subscribed before you leave, guys. I would really appreciate that as well. And as always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. Until next time, please stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.